Hi folks, and welcome back to the Stormin Cellar for your military update. As you know, Iranian-backed proxies attacked a U.S. installation in Jordan, killing 3 soldiers and wounding dozens of others. Approximately a week later, the U.S. responded with military action. The U.S. utilized 2 B-1B bombers capable of carrying 24 cruise missiles and numerous combat fighter aircraft. Reportedly, some were F-22s. They struck 70 facilities and over 85 targets. From a military standpoint, what transpired during the U.S. attack is a bit bewildering to me, to say the least. For months now, these Iranian proxies have made over 166 attacks on U.S. bases in Iraq and Syria, not even counting the Houthis. But it's taken this long for the U.S. to respond with military action. So let's forget for a moment that the Biden administration provided Iran with billions of dollars, which allowed them to arm these proxies. Now, it's reported that the administration asked permission from the Qatari government to even be allowed to respond with military action. So it makes one wonder who exactly is in charge of the U.S. military in that region. Okay, even the novice person realizes if you're going to hit someone, you don't announce it. By letting the Iranians know that the U.S. was going to strike a week ahead, only allowed those proxy forces to move arms and personnel around to other locations, deterring any effective U.S. targeting. There are folks who say we must attack Iran directly, but that could possibly lead to other larger actors to engage in the war, such as China and Russia, and that needs to be your very last thing that you would want to do. In other words, the U.S. strategy utilizing the DIME, or diplomacy, information, military, and economics, is the most prudent action. Okay, we know diplomacy doesn't work with the Iranians and the U.S. administration. Information warfare hasn't been effective either. So directly attacking Iran with military action and blowing them back into the Stone Age, that should be the last thing that we want to do. The U.S. should utilize what worked during the Trump administration. That was economic sanctions. Cut off Iranian oil leaving the Persian Gulf and shut off international trade with Iran, and finally freeze Iranian assets worldwide. Iran has already threatened a response to the U.S. attacks against their proxies this week, so if they do decide to use military action against the U.S., then the next course of action for the U.S. would be to sink what few Iranian ships are left in the Persian Gulf. If the Iranians continue, then the next targets would be nuclear facilities and air bases. In other words, pull their military teeth that threaten the region. Now comes the really serious part. The Biden administration has allowed over 200,000 illegal military-aged Middle Eastern men from Iran, Syria, and Iraq, and others across the Middle East, across our border, and release them into the U.S. The FBI Director, Christopher Wray, has already reported in testimony to Congress that the U.S. is on high alert for terrorism as a result of those who have come across the border. This doesn't even include the massive amounts of radicalized Muslims who are living in the U.S. legally. As anti-Israel rhetoric ratchets up across America, I believe the worst is yet to come, folks. Remember, it only took 19 al-Qaeda members to wreak havoc on an unsuspecting America on September 11, 2001. Okay, hope you found this informative, and please subscribe and share this video. So until next time, make sure all your takeoff and landings equal.